Hey guys, Jason with the Simpademic here. I have a little hot one here for you guys. I'm going to play the audio right now.
We all know that you're showing a picture of your ass when you're posing. Oh, look at me. I'm at the beach and I just want you to see the beautiful landscape. And I just happen to be wearing a thong bikini, but it's not about showing you my ass. Just be honest. Just be honest. Just let us all know what the truth is. Like, just state it in your caption. You want everyone to see your bare ass. It's fine. It's totally fine. But don't pretend like there's some other value that you're providing your audience or your followers. Really frustrated with the influencer culture. Like, where people think, like, yeah, I want to be an influencer when I grow up. I'm just going to post on social media all day, and that's the value I provide to the world. Stop looking for free stuff just so you can dilly-dally and post things on social. Like, I don't know, I'm irritated by it. And I'm not even one of these people who's like, get to work, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's just annoying. We all know that you're showing a picture of your...
That, my friends, is the fantastic Ana Kasparian from the Young Turks. And I've disagreed with Ana on a lot of things over the years. Her past is as a liberal commentator. However, she's made a notable shift quite a bit lately, and this is one of the points that came out of that shift. And on this one, she's absolutely spot on. The social media culture is pretty disgusting, and that's kind of where we're at here with this whole... Excuse me, that was pretty eek. But got some hot salsa here from some shrimp tacos, and it's really clearing out my head. But anyway, this social media culture these days has created these Instagram quote-unquote models. I use that term very loosely because I don't believe they're real models. A real model gets up in the morning, works their ass off all day, and they work in a professional environment with professional photographers, and they work with, professional makeup artists and the whole ball of wax. But these so-called Instagram models are running around with their cell phones, taking pictures of themselves, much akin to the way I film these particular clips these days. And they just, as Ana said, they just, oh, look at me, I'm taking a picture at the beach. Never mind, I'm wearing a thong bikini, et cetera, et cetera. Just drop the facade, will ya? And the competition, the target market for these women actually tends to be the heart of the Simpademic. And these are men who will do anything out there to get these women's attention, grab out their feet, praise them up and down 24/7 all day long, every waking hour, and they will stoop themselves so low, reduce their dignity just to get the attention of these women. And they even go to an extent that Billy Ray Brandt actually once said. And she went to a convention, I can't remember what the name of it was, but it's like, Fetish Con. And she said there are men out there who will just throw money at these women and either expect to get nothing in return or to be treated like absolute human garbage. And they're called pay pigs. And they get off on giving these men money and for nothing in return. And I'm sure these women who Ana is talking about in these particular video clips or Instagrams or TikToks is, I'm sure they get some of this, and they are getting the attention of these simps. And if you are in this particular category, I would just say this again: be better and stop. Because if it's an addiction to you like it is with some of these pay pics that Billy Ray talks about, there's professional help available for that, and I really urge you to get that. And so this is a bit of a sore spot with me, and I think it's a bit of a sore spot with a lot of people, because we see this social media culture out there with these women and these so-called Instagram quote-unquote models. Again, using that term very loosely, but they are the ones who are driving a lot of the Simpademic right now. And these, if you're a man who's following these types, you gotta stop. You just gotta stop, because you're making it worse for the rest of us. You're contributing to the poisoning of social media, which originally, in its original days, was generally a positive thing and a beneficial thing. Social media allows me to keep in touch and contact with people across the world. People who I've formerly known, who have located me through social media. One of them is a former girlfriend of mine from a few years ago, and another one is a former high school. I think I've told you her story before. She is someone who we shared a very difficult childhood in the same city, same town, same high school, and because she was a dance team member and a cheerleader, I never envisioned that type of thing, because that possibility for a high school freshman is just asinine when it comes down to it. I mean, there's out of your league, and then there's that. So I never even thought about that as a possibility at all. I actually had my heart and my intentions on somebody else entirely different, who was actually in my grade class, and I actually waited the entire school year to see if she would free up. Never did. And so I'm not in touch with her, but I'm in touch with the one who actually took a personal interest in me, the cheerleader. And you never see that type of thing when you're that young, that impressionable, and you think that somebody is just so far out of your league that's impossible. It's not that I ever desired her in that way, but I just didn't see it. And so these are the people who social media has enabled me to keep in contact with. It's enabled me to build a modest connection with a couple of professional bowlers, and bowling is something that has been an integral part of my past, and I'm stepping back into it in the present. I'm actually joining a mid-season league here in the Twin Cities, and it's going to be on Sunday nights, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just going to be building everything back from scratch again. 4 years removed from a near-fatal traumatic brain injury, and I'm going to see just how far I can go. But I've got, because of that, a couple of professionals who I met at a ladies' professional event earlier this year, contact me, and I'm part of their respective communities, if you will, and I again have a couple of distance friends who I met in person first, but social media has allowed that to continue. Social media can be very good for a lot of things, but in terms of these so-called Instagram quote-unquote models, that's actually very much the downside. And so my rant for the day, and again, I've disagreed with Ana Kasparian on a lot of things over the years, but on this one, she's absolutely drills it. And even her recent takes on why Kamala and the Democrats lost this last election are absolutely also spot on. Now, we don't agree on matters of faith, because she's definitely atheist and doesn't have much love for the Christian faith, if any. Whereas I'm a devoted, Christian, so there's going to be a little bit of resistance on that one. But even in that regard, I think there's even one point of agreement that we could come to, and that's this. The Christian faith should not be driven or be a favored religion of the government. The reason for that can be found in the 3rd century AD. Emperor Constantine, the Christian faith had gone all the way from being persecuted by the Romans, Christians being decapitated, thrown to the lions, sawed in half, and then all of a sudden, when even all of a sudden it took a couple hundred years, but in the 3rd century AD under Emperor Constantine, he converted, and then it became the favored religion of the Roman Empire. And that is where the Christian faith lost its edge and lost its ability to grow. So I believe that if the faith were to ever be in that position within the federal government, in any democracy or Western country, the faith fails to grow. It actually doesn't do Islam or the Muslim faith any favors either in the Middle Eastern, in countries where that is considered not only the state faith, but it's also those faiths and the governments are basically a single entity. There are theocracies in countries such as Iran, in Saudi Arabia, and places like that. So anyway, I digress, but anyway, this is something that, with social media, I just had to share it. I almost did it yesterday as a second episode with Ana Kasparian in that particular clip, but saved it for today, and I held my tongue and held my patience, because now after all the things I've seen in the last few days, I have a backlog of subjects to cover. So I'm not going to be short of material for the next week. It's going to be pretty on fire here, if you will, but I'm just going to be going guns blazing through as much as I can here. So I saved that for today, and I wanted to share that. I'm going to keep tomorrow's subject a secret, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below if you happen to agree with these things, and let me know what you think of Ana Kasparian and her viewpoints on these particular issues. Appreciate it. Appreciate anybody who's watching and who's put up with us all the way to the end. Y'all have a good night. Another minus 20 degree day here. Those of you in southeastern Texas, enjoy the snow. This is one of those events for you guys down there. You're going to be talking about the snowstorm much like we in Minnesota talk about Halloween of 1991. It's going to be one of those signatures events. We got lots of parts of southeastern Texas that have several inches of snow right now. Some parts closer to the coast, not so much, but you get a little bit further inland, you see several inches of snow. So anyway, peace out, guys. Stay warm, everyone, because I think it's cold almost everywhere right now. You folks have a great day. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow for it's already the Wednesday hump day version of End the Simpademic. Feels like it. Tonight is Monday night, obviously because of the holiday. So anyway, peace out, guys. We will see you tomorrow.